If you could not tell, but 97.9% of y'all not subscribed. Subscribe on your channel. Anyways, back to the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to my new channel. My name is Money K, Jamie on my D360. And in today's video, I'll be doing something a little bit different. And in today's video, I will be doing a tier list on the Transformers Prime characters. If you do not know about this show, the Transformers Prime first came out in I'm not sure when it first aired, but I do know it was a really good show for me. In my opinion, it came out like around my time, but in my opinion, it was a good show. But today we will be ranking the characters slash villains, the characters in general. But yeah. So if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Leave a like if you enjoy, share, comment down below your favorite part of the video, and if you want to see more tier lists like this, make sure you also comment down below other tier lists that you want me to do, and I will be doing some skits hopefully coming soon. If not this week, next week. So yeah, the next few videos, I'll I'll keep an eye on them. I'll let y'all know in the Discord server, and in my community post. I'll let I'll keep y'all updated on them. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first character. So, first character is Starscream. So, in my opinion, when Starscream first got on screen, in my opinion, I like his design. He's cool, even though he's not loyal. He's not always loyal to Megatron in the show. Throughout his first few seasons, um, he was a really good character. His vehicle mode, if you want to check out his vehicle mode, you just look up Transformers Prime Starscream vehicle mode. It's really sleek. No rendition of that. That's Thunder. Anyways, real sleek. Really like it's cool. Yeah. As the character himself, he had some different episodes. That he aired in. Like for example, he had in one episode, season one, I believe, he he got his cog stolen, and well, it was before that, I think. Before that, Bumblebee got his cog stolen. These are by the way, I'm so sorry. From spoilers for Transformers Prime. If you have not already watched Transformers Prime, please go watch Transformers Prime. It is You can watch Transformers Prime on YouTube if you buy the entire thing. You can watch Transformers Prime, I believe, on Tubi. And Transformers Prime, I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime as well. But yeah, like I said earlier, Starscream's a pretty cool character. You know, his arc was pretty cool. As a villain, as a Decepticon himself. So in my opinion, he deserves A tier. You know, he could have been a better character in my opinion. Even though he was loyal, he wasn't always that loyal than Lord Megatron. But yeah, he's all doing some foolish stuff. Anyways, next up we've got Knockout. Knockout. He's a pretty cool character in my opinion. He could have had some more weapons. In my opinion, he had only weapons he had in the show was, I believe, like this blaster. I think a saw, like a hand saw, kind of like Ratchet has in not in G1, in like kind of like in the movies. Um, let's see who else. I think that's it. But he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool character. Like I said, he's in the part of being loyal to when it comes to being loyal, as he's the he's the doctor in the Decepticon ranks. He's not that loyal. He's kind of loyal to. He's more loyal to Lord Megatron than Starscream is. Well, to Megatron than Starscream is. His vehicle mode is pretty sleek. I like it. You know, it's cool. So in my opinion, I'm basically ranking these of how the character how the character did in the series. You know what their role, and you know all that different type of stuff. By the way, so yeah, Knockout did have a lot of different episodes, like solo episodes in the series, where he faced off with Bumblebee and RC. and stuff like that. And Bulkhead, he's had multiple episodes with those characters. But you know, in my opinion, he's an A tier character. Next up, we have the Decepticon, who is one of my favorite Decepticons of all time. He's in my top three. Well, he's in my top five. Shockwave. Shockwave in this series is one of my favorite characters, my favorite Decepticons in this series. Shockwave, I really like Shockwave. He's cool. He's just how he speaks. He's awesome. You know his design. I really love it. It kind of just reminds me of the G1 fit. You know, um, he's pretty cool. Yeah, design his vehicle mode is not that bad. It's like a tankish kind of thing. Um, but you know, in my opinion, he's an S tier character. You know, he's very loyal to Lord Megatron to Megatron. Um, yeah, and he first appeared in the season three in the beginning of season three or season two or toward the end of season two, whatever which one. Um, but yeah, he had a pretty big role towards the begin towards whenever he first appeared in season two, season season two. And then he last appeared when was Transformers Beast Wars, I believe. No, Transformers Beast Hunters. The movie. He last appeared there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, so yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. One sec. One. All right. So the next character we will be doing we're ranking is Breakdown. Breakdown first appeared, I believe, in season one or season two, one of the two. In the beginning of season one, I believe. Like towards the middle part of season one. He's a pretty cool character. He's a cool tool. I like him. His loyalty to Lord Megatron, I feel like, is better. He's like around the same like he's like on the S tier area when it comes to like knock when it comes to being loyal to Megatron, and his I like his like Luke mode. It's pretty cool. You know, it's like a bulky truck type Jeep thing. But I'm not sure what specifically it is. He's pretty cool. He's got a hammer for a gun and then like a shoulder mounted cannon. Comparing him to his G1 counterpart, he's very different. But yeah, he's pretty cool in my opinion. In my opinion, he's like a A. He's like between S and A. So for right now, he's gonna go in front of Knockout, and he's gonna go in the A tier. Next up, um, is Arachnid. Arachnid, I'm not gonna lie, she's not that bad. You know, she's a pretty cool character, but in my opinion, um, her loyalty to Megatron is like very low. Like she was like she betrayed Lord Megatron, I believe, more than once. I believe in the show. But in the show when she first did appear, um, which is like in season two or season two, she did. Yeah, when she first was found, because I think Jack and RC first found her or something. Um, but yeah, she's pretty cool. At first, she didn't have the alt mode at first, and then she scanned a helicopter. So she scanned that, and she got that as her new alt mode. But you know, she's pretty cool, not that bad. So in my opinion, she's like a B tier in my opinion. She could have been a better character, you know. Her voice actor's pretty cool. I like her. I like the voice actors for all these characters, by the way. I would love to meet any of these voice actors. They're pretty cool. But yeah, some of these characters, one character, a few characters probably don't have voice actors, like Bumblebee, I believe, because Bumblebee just speaks in beeply, like you know, speaks how he speaks in some shows, because without a voice box, but towards the end of Beast, but I'll speak more about Bumblebee later when I get to him. Anyways, it's now time to get into Predaking. Predaking, I really do like Predaking. I like how they got into the Predacons. Um, I like his alt mode. I like how he was very loyal to Lord Megatron towards the beginning when he first got into it in season three. When Shockwave brought him through the ground bridge in season three. But in my opinion, he's really cool. His design's really cool. I like his transformation is really cool as well. Um, so I probably would put him in SS tier because I really like him. He's cool. But he did meet his demise. He didn't really meet his demise. Megatron kicked him out of the ship, but he did end up showing up in the movie, in the sequel of this show, um, in the movie, and he was ended up teaming with the Autobots to defeat not Galvatron, Unicron. But anyways, next up is the human characters, or a few of the human characters. Number one, we're getting into Miko. Miko, in my opinion, she was a little bit annoying, but she has a lot of courage, in my opinion. She's a cool character, girl character. She's not my favorite character and human character in the show, but she's a little smart. She's smart, but she cares a lot about Bulkhead. She's cool, but I respect that. I respect that. Um, yeah. In my opinion, I probably put her in B tier. But I don't know nothing else to really say about her. But she's been there since the beginning of the show, so. Anyways, next up we got Raphael, which in my opinion I really like Raphael. He's like probably my second favorite character in the human character in the show. Um, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool character. Um, he's very. He understands gonna be a lot, and that's what I like about him. He's cool. He's chill. He's gotten hurt one time in the show, but that was when Megatron shot at the Bumblebee and Raph, and he got hurt from it because that was when he had hit him with something. I think Energon Watch or something, Dark Energon Wise, and it got hit, and he ended up getting hurt from it. So yeah, it's pretty sad, episode. But all overall, he's a pretty cool character. I probably put him in A tier with the other character, but Knockout and Breakdown. Next up is the writer of RC, Jack Darby, I believe is his last name. I really like him. He's cool. I rock with him. He like I said, he's a lot of courage in him. He's smart. Like, well, I did not say this about Raphael earlier, but I do want to say this about Raphael. Raphael was very smart. He's able to hack. So I think, in my opinion, that's why I put him in A tier, A plus tier. Um, but anyways, back to Jack Darby. In my opinion, Jack Darby's a really cool character. He had a lot of, well, especially from when he first came on the show. When he first especially in the first episode. Um, but he's pretty cool. Especially from he had a lot of courage throughout the episode. To get to know these Autobots, and he had to put his life, and he put his life on the line through a lot of them. Sorry, I stuttered. Throughout these episodes, throughout the different episodes in the series, he's a pretty cool character. So in my opinion, he's gonna go in S tier along with Shockwave. So next up, we've got is Agent Fowler, one of their allies. Agent Fowler is pretty cool. He's a military specialist. He is a very cool character, human character. I think he's the first. He's the only black character, I believe, in the show, which is very cool. I like it. I like that. I like that. I like that. Anyways, he's pretty cool. Even though he doesn't, he's not, he's smart, in his own way, but like he's gotten hurt multiple times. He's gotten hurt more than once as well on the show because he's gotten in the way of the Autobots, and so and for that I like him. He's cool. He's cool. So in my opinion, I probably put him at A with Starscream. And next up, we've got it's an Autobot. So taking a break from the humans, and we're getting to an Autobot. You've got Bulkhead. Bulkhead is a pretty cool Autobot. Especially when he first got here, in the first episode, first episode of the series, he's pretty cool. He's bulky, his weapons. He got his very big cannon. He got his two blasters, very cool. He's got some pretty cool full episodes of the series where he's gotten hurt multiple times, He's pretty cool where he's almost lost his entire memory, where he's almost died. He's pretty cool. He's coming up against the other Decepticons in the different series. In the and he made an appearance in Robots in the Skies, which I do. That's a show I do not like talking about in my opinion. But you know, Robots in the Skies, I guess it has its flaws and then it has its ups. Okay, what I'm saying is it has its ups and downs. But yeah, his vehicle is like a bulky truck type thing, you know. But he's pretty cool. So in my opinion, I probably put him in S tier, with actually yeah, putting him S tier with Shockwave, Jack, and with Shockwave and Jack. Next up, we've got is Jack's mom. In my opinion, I don't really like her. I'm not gonna lie. So you know, she was there throughout the entire episode, throughout the entire series. But she did end up saying we don't like rarely would see her throughout the series, but you know she's a cool character in my opinion. So I'm gonna put this short and sweet about her. So I'm probably gonna put this in C for her in C. And C, I really do hope any no Transformer fans come at me about you know the tier list, but I'm just gonna let you know this is my opinion on how I think about these characters and how in their role in the series. So, anyways, next up we've got is the medic of the group of the Autobots, Ratchet. You know, Ratchet is pretty cool. Next, he's pretty cool. His G1 next, like he's got the kind of colors, next kind of you know compared to his G1, uh, his G1 design, pretty cool. You know, he's got two blades and as weapons, and that's really it for real. And then he's like another tool, but he uses it to fix stuff. He doesn't have like you know like PP weapons, kind of like kind of like the firepower weapons like the other Autobots do. But he's pretty cool. He's strong. He's had like a few solo episodes, by the way. But you know his Yukumo ambulance is always you know kind of type thing. But it's pretty cool. I like him as a character. So in my opinion, he probably goes up with A tier, A plus tier with with knockout, breakdown, and wrath. Next up, we've got is one of the wreckers, which, by the way, if you did not know, Wookhead was a wrecker as well. He was a part of the team on Cybertron. He was a wrecker. If you did not know that. Next up is another wrecker who was a part of this team, aka Wheeljack, aka Q. Well, that he was named Q in Dark of the Moon, but yeah. I really like him. He kind of reminds me of Leonardo, like with the two dueling swords. But he's really cool. He's like he's just two blasters, his swords and his bombs, as his weapons. But he's pretty cool. His vehicle mode is a sports car. I really do like him. So I probably you know his character when he first did come on, he had a few episodes of himself too. Well, he had like two, I think, but he was a main character. He kind of had main character vibes throughout the series as well. About the ending of the series, so throughout the rest of the series. But you know, he's a pretty cool character. So in my opinion, he goes in the SS tier with Predaking. Next up is we got a rookie. I guess you call him a rookie. Smokescreen. So Smokescreen, in my opinion, is a pretty cool character. Um, he's cool. You know, his weapons are his two blasters. That's really it for real. And then he holded the Star Saber like one time, I think, or not Star Saber, but I think he was able to or something. I don't remember. But he did when he first appeared on the show. He landed on Earth trying to help the Autobots, I guess. And he was in there trying to. He was looking for Optimus Prime. And excuse me. And it was he's trying to get a message from Alpha Trion, I believe. That was after Trion died on Cybertron. That's like way after the war, though. Or something like that. I don't remember the story. But he was a really cool character though. He's a really cool character. He had a really big. He had a role in the series. Pretty cool. You know, he's pretty cool. Like I said, field commode. Like I said, he's pretty cool. But he was like a little snarky sometimes. Though he wasn't really thinking about himself all the time. So I think he kind of deserves an S tier. But next up we got is this character. I don't really like him that much, but he's like doable, I guess. Snuck up, oversized Ultra Magnus. Um, Ultra Magnus, in my opinion, he's not that bad, I guess. But he character needs some work, I feel. But I watched the show because I liked the show, so yeah. His main weapons were his blasters and the hammer of Soul's Prime. If you do not know what that is, basically what I'm explaining, the 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 Soul's Prime was one of the 13 original primes, and she held and she called it the Ford the Soul's Prime. It was a weapon where you could basically use it and create any weapon that you could want or imagine out of it using the hammer, but it had to be powered. But it had to be in the hands of another prime in order for it to work. But anyways, like I said, Ultra Magnet first appeared in season 2 and season 3 of the show. He's pretty cool, I guess. But his vehicle mode is kind of just a repaint of Optimus, if you think about it. But blue and red, I guess. But like a lighter blue and red, the cyan kind of type beat. So in my opinion, he's gonna go in A tier. Next up is we got the scout of the group, one of my favorites, Bumblebee. Bumblebee's a really cool character. His muscle car, I really like him. His cool blasters, he did end up he was very cool. A lot of a lot of solo episodes in the series. Where he would go on solo adventures and stuff, like for example, losing his cog, racing against Knockout, and stuff like that. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Throughout the series, the entire series. Vilkamore, his muscle car, I really liked it. I forgot what the name of it was, but he's pretty cool. So in my opinion, he was in the SS tier. Next up is the dead boy of all, the person who dies all the time. Give it up for Cliff Jumper. Cliff Jumper is a red repaint when he first came on the show in Transformers Prime Season 1. In the first episode, he was fighting the Alpha Decepticons. He ended up becoming very weak, and Starscream ended up in the VCons ended up getting him the Starscream. And so Starscream ended up finish him off, killing him. So he was the first Autobot in the show to die. He lived short, but he's really cool. His muscle car, he was originally played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I believe. He's really cool. I like his character. Even though he had a short thing, but he's pretty cool. So in my opinion, he kind of goes in the S tier. In my opinion. Next up is the Gladiator, the Decepticon leader, Megatron. So Megatron, in my opinion, he's really cool. I like his design, his overall fusion, his fusion cannon, his little blade that came out of his hand, his sharp nails. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. His Cybertronian jet mode, I like that mode. I like that. It's really cool. It was really nice. It's sleek. Megatron had a few episodes of his own. I think it was solo, I believe, where and he was always fighting Optimus. He was always going up against Optimus. Always fighting Optimus. But it's really cool. I really like him. Throughout the series. So I'll put him in probably an SS tier with the others. Next up is the Silent Soundwave. Soundwave, in my opinion, he turned into first. Let's talk about what he turned into. Soundwave turned into a stealth bomb type jet vehicle mode. He's really cool. He was silent throughout the entire video, throughout the entire series. He only talked, but he did end up talking through radio, kind of like through radio, I guess, whatever it was called. And he said Soundwave, and he said, quoted, and I quote this. He said, "Soundwave superior, Autobots inferior. That, in my opinion, is one of his hardest lines he's ever said in the history of Transformers. But that's just me. Anyways, uh, he, I believe this is the only time in this entirety of Transformers, of when it comes to shows or movies, where Soundwave does not talk. When it comes to shows and movies, I believe Soundwave always is the one who is. Whenever he's present, he always talks. Believe. Anyways, like I said, he's had some solo episodes as well, but he's always, most of the time has been a main character as well. He did end up taking Arachnid and pushing her off the moon. Well, putting her into the moon, another moon. On Cyber, it was like a Cybertron. No, it's like a dead moon or something, and so she ended up, you know, living on there because she was. It was like this whole episode or whatever, but it's pretty cool. Soundwave goes up here with Megatron and the rest of them. Was SS tier. Next up is RC. She's a pretty cool character in my opinion. Um, she's pretty cool. Her motorcycle form, pretty cool. She has two blasters. You know, and that's really and like just like these two like kind of like out like I don't know like arm knives or whatever. And that's really it. That's all she comes with. Like that's all her. That's all her. Those are all of her weapons until like later in the series, like she gets upgraded and like she uses these newer weapons. Most Autobots have them, but well, yeah, that's because my fault because he's dead. So yeah, she's pretty cool. She's had, like I said, she's had some solo episodes that, in my opinion, they're pretty cool. They're worthy to be talking about, but when she faced Arachnid or other villains in the show, so in my opinion, she's an A+, in my opinion. Next up is Unicron, the Dweller, the brother of Primus, and the Dweller of and the Chaos Bringer, and the Dweller, and the one who eats worlds, like kind of like Galactus if you think about it. But anyways, Devourer of Worlds. Anyways, he's pretty cool. I don't believe he had a thing form. I don't think Unicron had one, but I believe he did, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think he had alt mode, but he did have like powers and stuff in the show. But he only like appeared like a few times in the show, and then he did appear in the movie sequel of the show, Transformers Beast Wars Uprising. He did appear in there, but that's really it. That's really the last. That's like only a few times we saw him, but especially when he first appeared in season one. But overall, he's a pretty cool character. He deserves like an A tier in my opinion, next to Ultra Magnus, Age of Fallon, Starscream. Next up is the one, the leader of the Autobots, the GOAT of all time, Optimus Prime. In my opinion, Optimus Prime was a really good character. He has, like you said, he has his doubts in the show. He has some really good, he has a really good character development. Um, Vehicle mode, I really like his vehicle mode. He's just an overall goat. And then he ended up upgrading him. He ended up getting upgraded because after what happened after the season 2, where he ended up getting a bulkier form and kind of like a jetpack and everything was really cool. So in my opinion, he deserves S tier, SS tier. But before I put him there, I'm gonna talk more about him. He's really cool. They kind of talked on the show. They kind of talk about like his backstory, um, like kind of like basically Orion Pax's backstory, basically. Um, but yeah, and there's different things. But he's pretty cool. I love him. He had two blasters, and he came out his forearms, and two knife hands. I believe that can also come out in his forearms. That could also come out in his forearms, and he can hold the Star Saber as well. So I'm putting him in S tier. Next up is, sadly, for some reason we do not have. I'm sorry, we do not have all the characters here. So if you do not see characters like Skyquake or any other type of characters. If you do know any other characters that are from Transfer Prime, that you do know, and that I'm missing any of them, please let me know in the comments below of this video. It helped me out a lot. Anyways, let's continue. Anyways, let's get to Dreadwing. When Dreadwing first came, he's a sleek reprint. Even though he's a sleek reprint of his brother Skyquake, he's pretty cool. His jet modes, I guess it's sleek, you know. It's not as sleek as Starscream, but it's cool, you know. I do like the way that they all transform into the race mode. It's really sick. But you know, all he wanted to do is low speed Lord Megatron was pretty cool. You know, he's good. But it's pretty cool. But he ended up betraying Lord Megatron because of what Starscream did to after he found out what Starscream did to his brother. And which what I mean by that is he ended up resurrecting using Dark Energon. So you know, overall, he's a pretty cool character. He did it. It's sad what happened that he ended up dying towards the end of the show. So I'll probably just put him in the A tier, A plus tier. But yeah. Next up is we've got, I think it's Hardshell, one of the Insecticons in the show. So Hardshell's a pretty cool character, I guess. You know, he had like maybe like a few episodes, like one episode to himself, where he ended up fighting Bulkhead, and he ended up almost killing Bulkhead. Because of some toxin or something. I think that's the name of the episode that he was in. He's a pretty cool character. His vehicle mode is basically just him transforming into an insect, kind of like based off of what they used to look like in G1. So, but instead, I think it's Bombshell. Like something like I think it was Bombshell. I think there were 3 of them in the show though. But so yeah, in my opinion, he's pretty cool. You know, kind of sad what happened to him, but I'll put him in A tier, I guess. Next up, we got is Nemesis Prime, who was controlled by Silas, but Silas is the last character that I'll be talking about, so I'll wait to talk about him later on. So, in my opinion, when he was first introduced in season 1, and when he ended up attacking, I think RC on the and Age the Fowler and other people, Silas, aka Mech, ended up making another version of Optimus using Optimus's body parts. No, not body parts, but like scanning him or whatever. And like, I guess they can then they just remade him like that and they used the cog. I guess so. I think using Bumblebee's cog or something like that. Or I think it was Starscream's cog. But yeah, it's pretty cool. He's not one episode. He was in that one episode, but it's like not that bad though. But yeah, in my opinion, he's like an S tier. In my opinion, you know, could have been better if he wasn't. In my opinion, some of these characters, went on had longer running time, they would have been better. But anyways, last but not least, we have Silas, aka the person who runs Mech. Silas is a pretty cool character in my opinion. You know, he's a pretty cool villain. He had his role, aka, which is basically just trying to figure out how the Transformers on planet Earth worked. Basically by tearing them down piece by piece, and figuring out how they work on the inside. But yeah, in my opinion, not even that bad for real. What happened to him was kind of sad, but he did end up dying after Arachnid, I think, killed him or something. Cause it's like, cause after he became a zombie or whatever. So in my opinion, he becomes an A plus. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here's the full series. Here's the full tier list. If you would like to see more tier lists like this, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Leave a like if you enjoy, share, comment down below your favorite part of the video. Make sure you also join my Discord and follow my Twitter, which will both be linked down below in the description of this video. And make sure you subscribe to my cousin Breezy3K, which will also link down below. Which I will also link his channel down below in the description of this video. Help him reach 500 subscribers, and hope you can also do the same thing by subscribing to my YouTube channel and help me reach 500 subscribers. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all so much, and love y'all. And remember, gamers, always stay positive. Check me out. Peace.